What's up, everybody? M Novo coming at you with another one. This one's been under the radar, I think, for quite some time, looking at Litecoin. And usually the sleepers catch us off guard. I'm just looking at, is this the 233? Yeah, 233, just like a fib number. We're just seeing like lots of wick and dip buying here. We'll probably challenge the, what is this, the 12 and 26, and that is the 49, at which point we'll come back down maybe 50%. And this might be the next run. And I think we're getting diminishing gains for those that are trading crypto. You're not going to see the crazy gains of the early adopters. As more regulation comes into crypto, it'll start to stabilize, I guess, and it'll become less volatile. But anyways, not sure what happened there. Hopefully the video doesn't botch. I'm looking at the weekly and playing with a new indicator, and we can see when we flash down here, even though these are bearish flashes, we're near a bottom over here, kind of near a bottom. That was flash before we did the zigzag, and then the bottom. This was a fail at, what is that, 70%? At 70, came back down, and now we're flashing a green, and that's on the weekly. So that means about 4 candles late or something, right? 3 candles late, and indecision. Let's zoom in a bit, and we will turn off APO MACD so we can see true colors. And yeah, we've got some resistance here. And if we look left, it's not news. It was a special area of support and resistance, a little bit in the past too. And we're going to see if we can maybe bounce off the 114 possibly on the weekly. Let's go monthly. Yeah, you could almost see this triangle happening here. There, like so. Could possibly be more like that. Like that. Go to weekly, see what that looks like. Right? Meaning resistance, probably going to come back down on this tangent and look for a bounce. Now, I'm not sure. I think, well, more consolidation, obviously. This is in the weeks. And going to daily. Not sure if we're favoring anything, but on daily we're flashing oversold, I guess, if you want to say that. And we'll probably come back down again, looking for a dip around the $100 mark. And if we don't go down to the $100 mark and we find support on the 50, it could be that we just kind of drag out, do a stop loss hunt, and then possibly head on up. But I think this thing's been sleeping for a while. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about Ethereum. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin and the major consolidation that's happening. And nobody's talking about Litecoin. So I have a feeling the quiet guys are loading up on it, and we'll be hitting it hard shortly. Looking at APO MACD, we can see the same thing. Open this up. Yeah, well, there was a bit of divergence here, but it's too late to mention. We had that lower lows, and over here we had higher lows. In fact, this looks like it might be a line of support. So the APO and MACD are crossing bearish above the zero cross, so that would be like a more of a consolidation mode. If we cross down here, it would be more bearish. You'd see more down pressure. But both of these are signaling a turn to the downside, so we'll have to wait and see where this support line is. I don't necessarily see where it could be, aside from that 114, right? Price came down, found support somewhere, found resistance, and took a while to break. So it's fair to say that this thing is probably going to come back down and try and test that 114. And if it breaks below that, then we're going to be looking at this triangle support line. So that might be, if you're dollar cost averaging for a excuse me, if you're dollar cost averaging for an entry, those might be two price points that are interested to you. I think that's it. I'm not going to bother going with a long-term speculation as to where this is going, but we can see that this tangent is now defunct. Now we're looking at this tangent here, which, if we were in log mode, does not look very high, right? But I mean, testing the 400 or so area would mean that we would probably try and head up to 600 or thereabouts. So we've got that support line that we've been following on a logarithmic scale, like that. And this is weekly. This looks like a monster triangle about to break to the upside. So who knows if this is going to be $1,000 Litecoin or a $600 Litecoin or whatever. Normally you would look at the triangle. I would say the triangle is right here. I believe that's how the traders do it. Go like so. And the size of the triangle would denote the price point target, which, yeah, I don't see a $14,000 Litecoin. I just don't. So the smaller breakout is what we should be looking for. And I don't know. I've never said this before. I always thought that crypto is just going to keep accumulating, but because of the mass adoption and regulation, we're going to be heading into a more stabilized crypto environment where people are just going to use it as digital gold. Anyway, we're heading up on 8 minutes. That's what I've got. And I'm going to turn some of this off for the thumbnail to keep it nice and clean. And we will be looking for a bit of a pullback and testing this triangle to see. So anywhere from 114 to about 105 or so, around that $10 range, and then we'll see if we take off. I'll probably forget, so if this does happen, send me a PM and I'll try and do a follow-up. So switch to days, and there you have it. Trade safe.